So I had ChatGPT create an article describing essentially the challenges of real world ROI calculation for AI. Irony isn't lost on me that I'm using AI to try and figure out how to quantify that. Just bear with me for a minute. So, benefit gain the time isn't actually direct. Like this example of me surfacing information so I could answer a question, that's been the towing party line for why AI is good. Because for if it can quantify and automate, separate automation from AI for a minute. As a search engine, as it's been described, it works. It's really provided that the model that is doing the searching and the things it can connect to actually produce the information that you want. I've run into several issues where the current version of an API or what have you that I'm trying to look at just isn't coming back. And I basically say, I can't use AI for this. That's actually a problem with the model. It's not a problem with the tool, it's a problem with the integration. And I think that's systemically the problem with why we can't make AI be better than it is now. You've got to connect it to things in a way that's meaningful, not just connect it to meaningful things. In going through this article, I realized that like the way we want to quantify AI is like a commodity. It's what's the KPIs that drive this? Like how much information can you actually gain or what can you automate? Who can you replace? How many hours do you save? It's a off the shelf product motif. And in reality, it's more like a different innovation methodology. It's not, it can produce those things, but to say immediately, all right, how do I just stick AI in here and make a quick dollar? That's not what this is going to amplify. It's going to amplify the step before it. My opinion, the whole comment of certain unnamed founders around software engineers will be obsolete in 2 years. It's short sighted because the people that are going to make that happen are the software engineers because they're the ones that, to a large extent, can think like this, or the innovative founders, or anybody that's looking to figure out how to create. And just by looking at this information and everything that's been compiled, I think the answer to making AI better is actually not to quantify it, is to leverage it like you would any other tool. Don't treat it like the end in itself. Treat it like a mechanism to help improve other things. Yeah, that will get you to your KPIs because you'll be able to say, oh, I started using Copilot, and these tasks that take 4 hours take 2 hours. But to quantify AI as saying, oh, it saves 2 hours off of this, that's not the way to do it. Because you also short circuit yourself. Because then you're like, all right, I'll automate this and AI will always work this way. AI may not always work this way. I firsthand have seen over the past 6, 9 months. If you take OpenAI and you look at GPT-4, which then turned into 4.0, 4 was horrible. 4.0 is not that bad. 0.1 was amazing. 0.3 is 60% of what 0.1 was. I don't know what they did. And the successive increments have targeted trying to improve specific things, but in general, it hasn't gotten better. And the ecosystem itself that they're building around needs an enterprise level resource to come in and expand it because there's a ton of opportunity in the way that they've put it together, taking advantage of if they wanted to be a platform. I don't know if they want to be a platform. That's a different question entirely. I know there are players in the game that want to be platforms. Obviously, Microsoft is one with Copilot. But when you're trying to figure out like, where's the value for my business as I'm building stuff, connecting it to AI or using AI in the intermediary, what tools do I bring? It's a very chaotic and volatile landscape right now. Even just the base level players haven't solidified, right? There was this whole thing with SaaS that happened a decade ago, and it has been happening where first, like the simple stuff, like email, like the big players won that game. And all these little niche companies stood up to handle specific things along the way. Everyone's trying to jump straight to the one or two of those things right now, as if evolution to get to that was free. And oh, we already learned that by doing SaaS. The path's different for AI, and no one's figured it out yet, evidenced by all the chaos and volatility. Everyone's scrambling to try and make it better. And so far, the only things I see that are quantifiably improving, other than just adding more layers of noise everywhere, are those tools that are just the a new avenue or a new mechanism, a new prosthesis, if you will, a new arm that you didn't have before to go reach and touch something that wasn't possible before. It's a search for something in a way that you had to spend hours iterating over mechanically. All right, I think of the days when I had to write code that was, all right, go poke these 15 endpoints and get some metadata and then consolidate all of that and look at and stare at and figure out how to compile it. Now the computer can do that for you. That's just a capability. It can't actually tell you what you want it to run. And a lot of people are jumping to that conclusion.